Honourable member for Carleton.
The
Prime Minister likes to boast about his great family fortune, but he never had to balance a family budget, and so he thinks the budgets balance themselves. That's why he promised that the budget would balance itself by 2019, but now he's saying, oh no, it's going to take 20 more years, Mr. Speaker. It's clear that these out-of-control deficits will lead to a tax increase. When will the Prime Minister realize that these deficits cost Canadians a lot? The Honourable Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, it's entirely the contrary. We made tax cuts for the middle class. For the member from Carleton, for example, we have a situation where we cut taxes for many people in his riding. There are 16 million people receiving the CCB. That is the reality for middle-class people in Canada. We have improved their situation, and we will continue to make investments in the middle class to improve our economy and to make life better for them. The Honourable Member for Carleton.
He's raised taxes on the middle class by $800, taking away the child benefit, the tuition tax credit, taking away the child tax credit for kids' sports. He took away the tuition tax credit for textbooks. He took away the education tax credit. And that doesn't even include the carbon tax. But, Mr. Speaker, you ain't seen nothing yet. This massive Liberal deficit will lead to even more massive tax hikes after the election. Why won't they admit it? That Canadians will pay the price for their increased debt.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians are getting the benefit from the choice that they made. And let's be very specific. The Canadians who live in the riding of Carleton, 30,000 of them have had a reduction in their taxes. You cannot pick and choose benefits. The fact of the matter is the introduction of the Canada Child Benefit together with the reduction in taxes means that people are better off. There are 16,000 children in the Carleton region who are getting about $4 million more than they were before this government came into power. We are going to continue to make investments, and the good news is our approach is working and our economy is doing well.
Member for Carleton.
So they targeted soccer moms with tax increases when they took away the children's fitness tax credit. They targeted students with tax increases when they canceled the education and textbook tax credits. They targeted passengers with tax increases when they took away the transit tax credit. And that doesn't even include the carbon tax on heat, groceries, and gas, nor does it include higher payroll taxes. But, Mr. Speaker, it will only get worse. This massive Liberal deficit will lead to higher taxes for Canadians. Why won't they tell people that before the election?
The Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, in fact, what Canadians chose in 2015 was a government that was going to make investments, as opposed to an approach that was going to bring in austerity, to actually put us in a situation where we were trying to balance the budget on the backs of Canadians by either raising taxes or cutting benefits. So really, we have a plan investing in Canadians. The question is, what would be the Conservative plan? Would it be to cut the Canada Child benefits, or would it be to raise taxes on middle-class Canadians? We've been clear. We're helping middle-class Canadians. We'd like to hear what they would plan on doing.
Order. The member for Carleton.
Well, when we originally brought in the child benefit, three things happened. One, the budget was balanced. Two, we lowered taxes rather than raising them, as this government is now doing. And three, Liberals claimed wrongly that parents would just blow it all on beer and popcorn. But after all these years, they finally come around to our point of view on that particular issue. Unfortunately, they've taxed away the benefit with higher taxes in other areas. Will they admit that it will only get worse when this present deficit turns into future tax increases?
Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, in the fictional world inhabited by the member of Carleton, he pretends that things that are true aren't true. We can't say it any clearer. For the people who are in between $45,000 and $90,000, we reduce taxes in that category by 7%, which means that people up to $200,000 or so actually have reduced taxes. But for the 1%, we did increase their taxes. Then for people that are raising their children, we gave them the Canada Child Benefit, much improved. So 9 out of 10 families are better off. $2,000 more this year than in 2015. The facts are clear.
The James.
The honourable member for Abitibi James Bay.